Is she escaping?
She's trying to escape. Kidda, hand to me. Hand to me.
Kidda.
Kidda.
We're talking about BDSM.
Come on.
Yes.
Yeah. Welcome to Berlin, you two. It's a pleasure having you around. Sorry for bringing my dog. Thought about maybe
it's very nice. I appreciate it.
You work with dogs in Pillion too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, lots of dogs.
Because she's the icebreaker now. How was it working with the dogs, and also maybe be put behind a dog in some scenes?
It was a nightmare.
It was. I felt very undervalued the entire shoot because Rosie the dog just, stole the spotlight consistently.
Yeah. She's a bitch.
We talk about a movie that is lovely, dramatic, and very interesting with the view on a special king spot. How was it for you connecting to this queer BDSM, maybe also sub-dom sexuality culture when preparing for the roles?
Well, what was really useful for me was Harry Lighton, the director, engaged the GBMCC, who are the Gay Bikers Motorcycle Club, and they're the biggest gay bikers gang in the UK. So he started having conversations with them about this world and about building this world. And then he was very generous and he put me in touch with this incredible community. And so I got to hang out with them for a bit. They took me on my first Pillion pilgrimage, so I sat passenger for the first time. We went up to Cambridge Pride, and they were just so generous with their experiences, with offering some insight into specific things that Colin has to go through, like licking boots and so forth. So that was really an important starting point in terms of me trying to build this world and understanding of this community to make sure that when we came to film it, it was done in an accurate and authentic way.
And for you, Alex?
Well, I was born to play this part, so I didn't have to do any research at all.
What is the mindset behind it when you two decide this is a role I want to play? Because let's start with you, Alex. You say you were born to play this role. What was it about the specific person, this specific role that you said, that's it, that's it?
No, it was just the excitement reading the screenplay, and it felt so unique, which is quite rare. I feel like most movies are, even movies I respond to that I really like, you can often feel like, oh, I've seen a version of this many times before. It's still good, but like I can see where the inspiration comes from. But this felt, reading it, I was just so surprised, and it was tonally not what I expected. I was expecting something way more. All I knew about it was that it was going to be a sub-dom BDSM movie. Is she escaping?
She's trying to escape. Kidda, hand to me. Hand to me.
Kidda.
Kidda.
We're talking about BDSM.
Come on.
Yes.
Yeah. You got no strap on.
Yes.
You like a leash.
Okay.
She got all excited.
Yeah. It's all about leash.
You love a leash.
You love a leash.
No, it was so very surprising, and that excited me a lot. And then tonally, an interesting challenge to play a character who is so closed off in a way. And that excited me. How do I, and I did love the fact that Harry Lighton hadn't written a lot of exposition, and that there's no point in the movie where suddenly Ray gives Colin and the audience a whole backstory, or you find out that, like, oh, he's got a secret, and what is that secret? The enigmatic quality runs throughout the film, and I love that. So the challenge was to kind of instill life into that and give, because you also don't want the audience to feel completely alienated from Ray and feel like, Colin, get away from him. This is like scary. You want it to feel unconventional and maybe foreign to a lot of people, this relationship. but you still want moments where they're like, maybe despite themselves, they're like, oh, actually, like this is kind of, I kind of like them together. There's some tenderness or some sweet moments there, and that excited me a lot.
Was it for you the same? Or?
Yeah, same. I mean, the fact that I think at points it's really important the audience really roots for this relationship. They want it to work. And then at other points, like, oh, well, you know, the dynamic gets a bit more complicated maybe. And then you're back to rooting for them. And I think that sort of toing and froing between those two things is really interesting and complicated and exciting to play as an actor, because you feel like you're taking an audience this way, and then you feel like you're sort of going a bit over here. So all that stuff was really enjoyable.
What I find was quite interesting is that as audience you are pushed into it. You don't get an explanation what will happen. You just get the whole vibe, and in the first moment, obviously, the bootlicking moment where step by step you are pushed into it, but you don't get explained the rules, which are very important in this kink culture. Rules, how to interact with each other, what is allowed, what is not allowed. Was there any moment, because with such an intimate role play you have to do, that there was need of an intimacy coach, which had to guide you through the scenes, through what is happening while filming?
We had an intimacy coordinator who was terrific and very helpful in shaping the scenes, and also how best to tell the story from kind of the technical point of view. Not so much, I felt, to hold our hands to get through it, or like to tell us while we were shooting it, like, oh, this is what's happening now. Or I felt like we all knew going into it exactly how we wanted to tell this, all the sex scenes. We all knew, more importantly, why they were in the movie. I think that's the only time I get a bit awkward about shooting a sex scene, is if you don't know why it's in the movie. But it was very clear why they were there. And they're also really great scenes in terms of the character development for Colin. They're pivotal moments in his development. So that was exciting. So it was more about Robbie, our intimacy coordinator, was there to help all of us tell the story in the most efficient way. How do we best tell this orgy scene, or the moment in the alley, or what's the most efficient, interesting way to tell this cinematically?
And we were filming quite quickly because we had to, just because the schedule was quite tight. And I remember there being one moment where I think Harry wanted to put a camera quite high for the alleyway blowjob scene, and Robbie was like, no, that's going to be very difficult in terms of the choreography to hide the blowjob and so forth. So things like that, just very quick solutions that made us be able to move quickly and to be able to tell the story as efficiently as possible was what was so brilliant about having someone like Robbie on set.
Mm-hmm. Pillion is coming out while a queer storytelling site got a very big audience at the moment, looking at the success of Heated Rivalry. Do you think that also can help a movie like Pillion get another audience, because it's queer, it's about gay romance, it's about kink culture, so maybe now is better time to get out or come out with such a movie than maybe 10, 20 years ago? Looking at the point that the book behind it is quite older,
Yeah.
for example.
I'm really bad at these kinds of questions, because I have no idea as to why something is hot right now and why that's done particularly well. It's kind of interesting because we first had the screening in May, and Heated Rivalry wasn't even a thing. I don't think it was out yet. So it's interesting that happened, and we're still obviously promoting this movie and how these two narratives have somewhat combined. But don't ask me why. I mean, don't ask me why now feels to be a moment where this kind of story is very present in the ether. I have no idea.
But of course, like it's. I haven't seen Heated Rivalry, but no one would be more excited than myself and Harry if people who are in this community go see the movie and embrace the movie, and they also take their grandmother to see the movie, and that she's that she's in for the ride as well. And I think that tonally was what Harry tried to capture in writing the screenplay. That it's like you want it to feel truthful and authentic and a representation of people who are in this subculture, but also not exclusive to people who are not. You want it to be a fun, exciting, exhilarating experience for moviegoers, regardless of who they are. And I don't know, hopefully it has that potential.
I would definitely say it has, and I have to say thank you for your time, you too. Enjoy Berlin, enjoy from here tonight.
Thank you
Danke.
so much. Danke.